Happy Monday and welcome to a new week in my life vlog. I am about to head out to a photo shoot over in Discovery Park, which I was just there yesterday with my boyfriend, and I'm really excited to go back. It's such a beautiful location for photo shoots. I'm doing a family session of a friend of mine, and then after the family session, I'm going to take some photos of my friend Anya, where I'm going to compare an 85 and a 135 because I'm making a YouTube video on that and I want to have a few more sample images for that. So I'm going to head out and I will see you guys at Discovery Park. We're at Discovery Park and I have the girls here. So 3 sisters I'm photographing, and we're going to go shoot in this little patch of shade because it's probably the worst time of day to shoot. Everything is in the direct sunlight and that's just not what they want for their photos. So we want to do something more soft lighting. So over here is where we're gonna do it. So let's start out with all 3 of you guys. And do you have everything is out of your pockets? Okay, so come over here. Okay, it's later in the afternoon. The photo shoot went really well. Such a fun start to the week. So I always do their family photos like about every year, whether it's around Christmas time. Anya now lives in Los Angeles, and so she was up visiting and her mom asked if I would do their family photos now, and so I always love being able to do that. And I know that Anya is going to be engaged quite soon, so this was the last family photos before she gets married, and like he's basically added to the picture, literally. It's 2:30 now and I am in Ballard, and I'm gonna go to a co-working space and work there until about 5 o'clock or so, and then I'm gonna go to a workout class. So this week I am trying to hold myself accountable to having a healthy routine. For the past 2 weeks they've been pretty bad. 2 weeks ago was the worst. I was very depressed. And then last week I vlogged and I was really not myself. I was also still quite depressed, and I know that's for a number of reasons where, you know, sometimes I just don't have a reason why I am feeling how I feel, and that's fine. But I know that I haven't gone to work out for like 2 weeks. I mean, I did maybe once or twice 2 weeks ago, but I didn't go to the gym. I didn't see anyone. I was at my house just working and being isolated, and it just adds up to like a snowball effect where then, yeah, I'm all of a sudden really depressed and having a really hard time, and having a hard time doing basic tasks like getting out of bed, but also accomplishing what I need to do for work, things like that. So this week for me, I'm like, what can I do to combat that from happening again? What are the common denominators? Working out and seeing people and being out of my house more. Owning a home is so beautiful, and I'm so fortunate to, but I do find that because I have everything that I need at my house, I have my office, I have my bedroom, my living room, I have all these little sections where it's like my world can become my home. And getting outside the home into the actual world is really important. And so today especially, this is the start of it, but I'm going to try to be outside as much as I can and like be at the house or be at Ryan's apartment, for example, to sleep and to eat and like to try to be out more. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I am feeling good today. I'm pretty tired, but I think that's just because I'm feeling like groggy. I never get the best sleep at Ryan's apartment because he doesn't really have blackout curtains, and so I'm like sensitive to the light, whatever. Anyway, I'm feeling tired, but it's gonna be a good day. It's already been a great start to the day, and we're gonna do an Orange Theory class this evening. So this is one of my favorite co-working offices. It's super bright. It's very open. It's my favorite location, and I drove to Ballard to work from here. And then there's Orange Theory like 2 blocks away. So let's go and get some work done. I know it's going to be a wonderful week. And I'm also seeing more friends this week. I texted a handful of people, and I have plans with my friend Ariel on Wednesday. Tomorrow, which is Tuesday, Ryan and I might go to a group dance class with some friends. We've went once before a couple months ago, and it was really fun. And it's in Capitol Hill, so we'll see. It depends on his work schedule, but so we'll see if that ends up happening. It really depends on his workload and his schedule this week, but that would be fun. So I'm just making plans and getting out. And I know it's going to be a good mental health week, and I know doing all of those things will help me it will help prevent me from having a bad mental health week, at least like I did what I could do to make myself feel a bit better. So anyway, I'm considering upping my medication, but I have this big struggle with my insurance company. I guess they don't cover my primary doctor, even though they said that they did. And now my insurance basically works for nothing. So I am paying $300 something a month for it not to cover anything. So anyway, I'm going, that's the update. I am going to get back to work, and it's going to be a good day. I've just gotten out of Orange Theory. I'm feeling really good. It's 8 o'clock now. Tomorrow I'm actually getting my third tattoo removal session. So I'm gonna be having this tattoo removed. It's barely faded. I believe that after the third or fourth session, you actually start to see a significant difference. Okay, in Seattle, it's high crime and stuff. And as a girl, you just have to be extra cautious, and I've kind of come to the conclusion that as much as I love vlogging with my actual camera and microphone, it just draws too much attention, and so I don't necessarily feel super safe doing that. Outside sometimes, depends. Throughout this vlog and future ones, I'll be switching between the two, but hopefully the audio is still good on the iPhone, I think. Stopping into Trader Joe's and charging my car. So we're gonna pick up some groceries for this week. Ryan just got off of work. Say hello. And we are going for a little stroll at South Lake Union for the sunset. Good morning. It is Tuesday, and I just got out of Pilates class. It was my first Pilates class in 2 weeks, I believe, and I'm feeling really good after it. And then I went and got myself the white chocolate macadamia cold brew from Starbucks. It's so good, and you know what? I have to defend myself whenever it comes to me drinking Starbucks in Seattle, which is the coffee capital of America. Starbucks is just significantly cheaper and better value for the money on a weekday, because you can spend $10 on a specialty latte, which is typically what I like to drink. And with Starbucks, I can get this whole thing that lasts me 2 days for $7. And so I'll definitely treat myself on the weekends, but it's just really expensive here for coffee. So that's my defense. I am now about to head out to West Seattle. I'm in South Lake Union right now, and I'm going to my third tattoo removal appointment. So I am getting this tattoo removed. I'll do a closer up one. It literally takes no more than 5 seconds. It doesn't hurt, at least in the area that they are removing it for me. And she does a ton of numbing cream, so I think that's what also helps. But yeah, I am happy to get it removed. So Basically, I got this done with a friend who I'm not friends with anymore, and it's supposed to be both of our initials, so an M and a W, and it definitely looks more like an M for me than a W. If it had just sticked out a little bit more on the sides, then it would look like a W, but I just don't want to have an M on me. And everybody asks me, like, what does the M stand for? And I'm like, it's supposed to be a W. So basically, because the M and the W, the idea is that we could have it flipped either way for our own initial, but it just looks like their initial, which I don't want. Okay, here is the before, you guys. So this is after 2 full sessions. So we're going in for the 3rd. You can see that, I mean, maybe you can't even tell quite yet, but in person, when I look up close, this all is kind of splotchy, but it's not necessarily like super faded yet. I believe on the 3rd session, that's when you start to see a significant change, by the 3rd or the 4th maybe, where you can actually start to see it fading. I believe I have 9 total. I think I got a package of 6, 7, or 8. I think 8. Maybe I'd have to look, and I get them every 9 weeks. So I can't believe I'm already on the 3rd one, but after that, I am going to go to the co-working space. I'm not sure what neighborhood yet, if I'm going to do Bellevue or if I'm going to go back to Ballard. I really love that building. It's super bright, it's huge, and I loved working out of there the last couple times I've done so. So I'm going to go do that, and then I might do an Orange Theory class. I might not. Since I've already done Pilates today, I'm not really feeling the need to. But at the same time, if I feel like I need to break up the day, I want something else to do besides work, I'll do that because I don't have any plans for the rest of today. So, happy Tuesday. I know it's going to be a good day. I'm feeling significantly so much better than the last 2 weeks. And even yesterday, I just left Trader Joe's feeling so fulfilled and like I'm feeling so much better, and so I'm really happy to be entering today, kind of riding that wave and continuing it on. So let's go get this tattoo removed. Good afternoon, happy Wednesday. It is 3:30 and I just finished up recording a video that is going to go up tomorrow or Friday, hopefully tomorrow, where I am comparing the 85mm lens against the 135mm lens, and I'm excited about it. So I am working a little bit until I leave in like an hour for drinks with my friend Ariel, a new friend. So we're gonna go over to Mr. West Cafe, which I've only had for coffee and brunch and stuff before. I've never had drinks there, but they have this frosé that's in this big like vat that has like the blender, and it's basically like a rosé slushy, and I've always been intrigued by it, so I think that's what I'm going to get, and we might even be able to sit outside because it's super nice out. So today I did not work out. I've just been working. I had a podcast interview, and that went really well, where I had a guest on for my podcast, and then just a couple other things have been filming, and so I've just been at the apartment. And then after I meet up with Ariel, I'm gonna come back and work, but probably from like the common space or something. And I found that usually Wednesday I take a break from working out, but I would like to still do something, so maybe I'll go to the gym tonight. But usually when I say that, not even usually, always, whenever I say that, like go to the apartment gym, it just never happens. So I'm not gonna hold myself to it. But something that I do, I want to talk about my tattoo actually, but okay, I have two. Let me put this pizza in 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm putting in a pizza so that I'm not tempted to like buy food, because I don't need to buy food, but I do want to set the timer for 20 minutes so that can cook. Okay, so I have 2 things I want to talk about: COVID vaccine that I need to get scheduled, and my tattoo. So let's start with the tattoo. So it's been a day now, and this is what it looks like. Last night it was super red, all like in a circle, but I believe that was from the numbing, like the cold blast. So it's just kind of starting to blister a little bit, but it's not itchy or anything. And I saw the before photo that they had taken at the office, and it was it's definitely faded. I think I'm just so used to it now that I don't think it's faded that much. But she said that typically with the newer tattoos, like this one's only about 1.5 or 2 years old, they can be harder to break up. I don't know the wording she used, but like basically the ink and the molecules, it's harder to break up. So the first like 3-4 sessions, after that, then it should start fading a bit more significantly. But it was super dark, and it's faded pretty well so far, but I just see it every day, so I've gotten very used to it, right? So yeah, it's not itchy, but I do have to keep it wrapped for like 4 days whenever I'm not like sedentary, just at my desk, just to be super, super careful. The last time I got it done, I kind of cheated and I left it out, and it was fine, but it's important to follow the guidelines. And they booked me for in September, but I'm considering calling and doing a bit earlier because that was like 12 weeks out. Let's see, my tattoo removal is on September 10th and it's currently June 28th. He said because you're going to be out in the sun, but like you're out in the sun and you don't want to have it exposed, but I don't know. I feel like I'll just cover it up and stuff with like a jacket. I don't know. So I'm just considering it, but it's going to depend because then I would just be able to get it done sooner, but whatever. So I'm thinking about that. But yeah, my 4th session will be in September. And yeah, so anyway, other update is I really need to get another vaccine. So there is another COVID vaccine dose that has been greenlit by the US Food and Drug Administration for those who are aged 50. So stay safe and get yourself boosted. And everyone who is 6 and older should get an updated booster dose of either Pfizer, BioNTech, or Moderna in order to be up to date. The updated vaccines are called updated because they are to prevent against the original COVID virus and then the Omicron variant, BA.4 and BA.5. So the 2 COVID vaccine manufacturers, Pfizer and Moderna, have come out with these updated boosters that you can get if it's been 2 months since your previous dose. The previous COVID-19 vaccines are called the original because they prevented against the original COVID virus. And it's important to test regularly, not just when you think that you have COVID. So I need to go on to probably Walgreens is where I got my last dose. I've done like Walgreens and Safeway, which are both pharmacies here in the Northwest, and get my updated booster because I'm going to New York City at the very end of July and I want to get it before I travel there just so that I can be extra safe and protected for myself and for others. So that's something that maybe I will do most likely next week, which is the week of the 4th of July. So I'll probably do it. I don't know what my plans are even for 4th of July, but I need to get this done and on the calendar now that a new booster has come out. So anyway, it is almost 4. I'm going to have my pizza and then go and meet up with Ariel. I'll film little clips of Mr. West because it is so cute and I'm really excited to get out and to get some human interaction, especially since I didn't go to the gym today. I've just been in the apartment working, but I'm feeling good and I'm feeling productive. And I'm not feeling depressed right now, and it's all good. Happy Thursday. I just got out of an Orange Theory class. It's 1:30 in the afternoon, and it was the most random workout class, and I really love it. I like how Orange Theory, they have classes all day long, whereas with Pilates, I'm really reconsidering my Pilates membership. They have classes like in the morning and then at night, but at least in the studios around here, not afternoons, and they're all different levels. So it's like there's one time in the morning and the evening for level 1, which would be what I take. So I don't know. So I just got in a workout. I had a bunch of computer work that I was doing this morning, and now I'm gonna head back home, shower, and get back to work. I think I'm gonna pick up a Starbucks, and then this weekend I have client shoots, but tomorrow night is really exciting because we're going on a hot tub boat with my friends Nellie, Nora, Ryan, and I. And this is something that we scheduled last summer. So anyway, I am going to... I'm trying to decide. Okay, I could go to Starbucks or I could go back to Mr. West Cafe, which is where I went. Oh, I didn't vlog anything from last night. Well, I went there yesterday with Ariel. They have a really good rose cardamom cold brew, and it has like this amazing cream on it, and it's so good. But I don't know if I want to work for Mr. West. I think I'm just gonna get Starbucks, whatever. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Oh, I need to stop ending it like that. Whatever, I'm just gonna go and get Starbucks. I'm just trying to change things up for the vlog. Hi, may I please do the macadamia cold brew? Ooh, okay. Mental health check-in. Feeling good today. Yesterday was good. I'm feeling good all this week except for one day. I believe that was Tuesday. I don't really remember. Whenever I'm about to start my period, which is going to be tomorrow or the next day, I am like super high focus, but the week before I'm like low focus. So I've been tracking how I've been feeling, or how focused I've been feeling for the past couple of months, and I've noticed a pattern. And now I don't know how to track my cycle in terms of all the different, like, there's the luteal, there's the whatever. So I don't know how to track it because I'm on birth control, if I'm supposed to track it according to birth control or according to my natural cycle, because birth control gives you a placebo cycle. So I'm not exactly sure, but I do know that yesterday and today I'm really focused and I'm feeling energized, I'm feeling good, which is also resulting in my mental health. Hanging out with Ariel was really nice yesterday, and she was so generous and was like, you know, I definitely want to invite you to whenever, like, I have a group of friends and we're gonna go and do something. That's what I really need, is a friend who is like willing to be inclusive with their friend group. It's super weird here how I don't know if it's here or everywhere, but it's like I'll tell my friends, for instance, like, oh, I'm so lonely, I want to meet more people, and then I see them with a group of friends and it's like, oh, I really, you know, I wish I could be a part of that. I kind of voice that, but I guess I need to like explicitly ask and stuff. Like, if you do an activity like, I'm really lonely, I want to make more friends, could you invite me? But that feels kind of weird to ask. Because I feel like I've always facilitated that with my friends. And so I suppose I just need to flat out ask. And when Ariel offered, I just thought that that was really sweet and like exactly what I need to be able to meet more people. In my last vlog, I talked about how I was feeling really frustrated with, like, I just need to make new friends, and I've been trying and have been establishing like new friendships, and that's been really great, and I need to invest my time into those rather than like older friendships that things only happen when I invite or plan. And I think that's like a struggle with a lot of people, but what was I gonna say? I forgot. Oh, but then I talked about how I am looking to join a church purely for the socialization aspect, for the social activity. That's pretty much what most churches are these days. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I know like a lot of people in the past, at least, kind of before all these mega churches got really exposed about how horrible they are and stuff. And I'm not trying to be a part of a mega church, but I would always like hear like, oh, people are just going to church for like the social whatever. And I don't know, I don't really necessarily know if that's a bad thing. And I'm also trying to, I don't know, it's like I want to go so I can make more friends and have friends with like, I don't know, like common interests and stuff. And maybe that's not going to be at church. Maybe I need to go to a meetup group. I don't really know, but I do want to make more friends, and I feel like I am being proactive, so that's good with new friendships. And yeah, that was really encouraging to hear from Ariel. I don't know if it's a culture here in Seattle where like people from Seattle like myself, where it's just not very inviting, and we don't really like, people don't really think to include others, and like there's like the Seattle freeze, which is a thing. And so I don't really know exactly, but I don't know exactly even what I'm trying to say, but it's definitely a thing. And I think that if you're somebody who's experiencing that, where if you're wanting to make new friends and you have met up with like a couple girls and you vibe with them, I think it's important to just tell them that I'm feeling lonely. I'm looking to make more friends. So if you ever have like any activities you do, I'd love to be invited, whatever. It's definitely feels a bit cringe, I know, but it's all about like humbling yourself and asking for help. And that is really an area that I personally want help in, is like making more friends here, because in Seattle, everybody has like moved that I've grown up with, right? And so I have like 4 or 5 people that I know who still live here, but those, I guess, friendships aren't a priority for them, and that's okay. So that's why I'm seeking out new ones, if that makes sense. So anyway, I used to live in New York City. I went there for a year in school when I was 19, and then I moved back there in 2017 to 2019, and that's where I like consider my hub of my friends in New York. Now people have moved, back and from New York, especially since COVID, but coming back here to Seattle right before COVID in 2020, or in August 2019, and then I was traveling, and that was so much fun, and then COVID hit March 2020, and then we're all like in lockdown for a year and a half, and then it's like I feel like I'm in a period of time where it's like it's safe to go, it's safe to travel, it's safe to just say you're back to like normal life in a way. And now I'm actually starting to build more of a life in Seattle that I didn't, because when I moved back, COVID happened basically, if that makes any sense at all. So yeah, I'm feeling encouraged, and I think that Ryan and I are going to go on a date tonight, and then tomorrow, I'm hanging out with 2 friends, Nellie and Nora, and we are going to go on the hot tub boat, which will be super fun. So I didn't want to drive off quite yet. I wanted a second to sit and just to be in a new space before I go right back to working at my computer. So I just thought, you know what, I'm sure I can think of something to blah, 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 blah on about for like 10 minutes. So that's kind of what I have to share that I just kind of thought of randomly. So that's my random thought of right now that I've kind of been processing. I just didn't want to drive right back home straight away, because I need to break up my day a little bit before I get back to the computer. And yeah. Oh, also, I talked about this app either in this vlog or my previous vlog, but it's called Imagine. I have been calling it Imagine AI, but it's not called that, but it uses AI, and like my friends call it Imagine AI. Imagine AI is amazing for editing, and you download the program. It's super easy. I'm not tech savvy, and it's really easy to use. So you download the program. It essentially syncs with your Lightroom and learns what your editing style is. So then you import your photos. First, use a culling tool like Narrative or Aftershoot for sure. You import your photos, and then it will edit them for you in Lightroom. And you still have full creative control. And it's still your edits, because it's taking what you've done, and it continues to learn your editing style. Amazing, 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 amazing. And I do have a link for 1,500 free edits, which is an additional 500 edits to what is just offered on their own free trial. So if you're interested, I'll have it linked down below. It's so awesome. It's so quick. I did a photo shoot recently for Ryan's friends, two of his friends who are a couple, and I had kind of been sitting on the files because I just hadn't had time with my own client workflow to be able to do this shoot that I had done for free, And so for them, I used Imagine AI on that shoot, and it's changed the game for me. So I'm really excited to continue using it for sessions this weekend. I'm just so excited. So I am going to go. It's now been 10 minutes here of me in the car, and we're going to get back to work, but I'm feeling really good. And I'm also really grateful that there was a mid-afternoon workout, because I was able to fit it in with everything. Also, my tattoo. You can see, maybe you can't really see so well. Actually, I think you can. It's definitely starting to become more blotchy. It's blistering a little bit, and then it's quite red on the edges, but it doesn't hurt or itch. It only itched for the first like evening, and in the past it'd be itchy for like 4 days at a time. So I should definitely have it wrapped. Whatever. It's later on, like 5 o'clock, and I just did some work on my podcast, and I got an episode up, and I am about to run over to Anthropologie here in downtown to make a return for an online order. Tonight, Ryan and I are going on a date, and so I want to do my hair and makeup for that, but I think I'm just going to finish off my makeup and do my face makeup right now, and then my hair when I get back, and then do a little bit more work. I've been feeling so like anxious about downtown Seattle and Capitol Hill lately. I mean, I talked about it in several vlogs, but it just feels very unsafe. I mean, there is really high crime in Seattle, and downtown and Capitol Hill, in my opinion, are the worst. It's really like sketchy and scary just as a girl. It's very sad, but as a girl, there's a huge drug problem, and people are really aggressive and like screaming at you, follow you. I've talked about that in the vlog before, and so I have kind of just avoided going into Westlake area, which is in downtown, as much as possible, but that's where all like the stores are, like Anthropologie, Nordstrom, Zara, stuff like that. And then once you get to Pike Place Market, at the very end, literally of the island, whatever, Seattle's on an island, but it's like Capitol Hill, and then we're in downtown, and then Pike Place is right up against the water. And that's fine, but Capitol Hill is sketchy. It also depends what time you're going out and what street in Capitol Hill you're on, but Capitol Hill is where like all the nightlife is, and the stores are really cute, the coffee shops, but it's really scary sometimes. And so, yeah. But it was really refreshing though, because during Pride this past weekend on Sunday, the parade was happening in Westlake, which is the sketchiest area. But because there were so many people, it was so fun because it was so safe. And I'm really scared in crowds usually. So I was even surprised how long I had lasted at the parade, because I just always think, just America vibes, something bad is going to happen. But then we went down to Pike Place, and we were walking around other areas in downtown, and it just felt so alive. So many people were out, even over in SLU, closer to Queen Anne, in Belltown. Like, we were driving through, because we went to Discovery Park over in Magnolia, I think it was Discovery Park. Anyway, Discovery Park. So the point is, there were so many people out, and it felt so safe because the city wasn't all like this weird ghost town almost in downtown. I've pointed this out actually in my video about what I spent in a week living in downtown Seattle, about how so many of the stores in downtown are closed and like basically abandoned kind of vibe. And so when you're walking, you just see store after storefront after storefront closed, and there's like not much walking traffic. And then it's scarier because as a girl, you have like a man who is following you down the street who's screaming at you, but there's nobody really around. It's just, So I've been avoiding it at all costs to be down in Westlake, pretty much, but I am going by myself to make this Anthropologie return. And I know it's going to be fine, but I just like, I don't know, Seattle, it's so beautiful here, like during this half of the year in the summertime. It's not beautiful here's the thing, we have 6 months of nice weather, but then 6 months of gray and cold and just gross. I'm used to it as somebody who grew up here, but it's not the best. But anyway, so I'm used to the weather, and it's beautiful, and we have a huge variety of like landscapes. You have the desert, you have the ocean, you have, whatever, the forest if you like to hike. Couldn't be me, but that's a huge reason why a lot of people move here is because of all of the hikes in nature and whatever. But the actual, like, Seattle city, it's nothing to write home about. Nothing to write home about. It's just not, I don't know. There's definitely better out there. And I think I want to make a video about how, like, Seattle versus Portland. If you are somebody who is looking to move to the Pacific Northwest and you don't have to move to Seattle for tech or whatever, you get to just choose whatever city. I definitely think that Portland, they still have, like, their drug problems too, but it's not as aggressive as Seattle, as just, like, again, as a girl on your own walking down the street. It's a different vibe. And so Ryan is actually Ryan, my boyfriend, he's from Portland, and I've been wanting to make a video with him about, like, the pros and the cons. Another thing about Seattle is that we have a horrible, like, food scene compared to other cities, and the cost of living here is so high that the food is, in my opinion, most of it is very mediocre, but then the price tag is so high. So I don't know, I just, or I do know, I grew up here, and that's, basically why I am here now. I moved back, like I said, in the car from New York, but Ryan and I have been talking about the possibility of moving to New York, and that's something that we both want to do before we have kids. And then once we have kids, we're talking about actually moving to Portland. The cost of living is much cheaper there, and also the houses are much more affordable, and you can get more for your dollar there for homes. Whereas here, it's crazy. And I don't have plans to sell my home anytime soon. And I was really blessed that my house, I bought it at the perfect time in 2020, before, like, literally 2 weeks before everything went crazy with the market. And I got in at a low interest rate, and then I actually refinanced to an even lower interest rate. And I love that house so much. I don't have any plans. Like, I'm talking, like, in 3 years' time, maybe in 5 years, whatever. But I'm talking about while I am 28, in my late 20s, I do not want to sell my house. But, I also have the dream of having a home that has more of a yard to it, that's on a bit more of, like, not a plot of land, like, out in the farms, but my home is very suburban, and there's just, like, neighbors on every side, and I definitely want to have, like, more room, and I'd also like to have more room in the backyard, if that makes sense. Like, privacy is the word I'm looking for. And I'd also really love, my dream kind of house is more of a old-fashioned house. I don't know what the word is for it, but not what I have, which is new construction, which I'm so grateful for. I'm just talking big picture. When we have kids, what's the kind of home I envision? One with more of a yard, a bit more privacy, and just so much character to really be able to have so much fun decorating. So right now, I'm not planning to move or sell my home or anything like that. And I don't want to have kids until much later. But we have talked about how we both would love to live in New York City before we have kids. And I don't think that's going to happen. Ryan's lease is up. Like, first off, he can't even move because his work is here. But it's like, oh, maybe if there's ever the possibility to be able to move, when would that be? If we went to New York, it wouldn't be this next year. It'd probably be the year after, because Ryan's lease is up in December. So anyway, I'm just kind of talking. Who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind. I'm so down to live in New York City again with Ryan, but it is just too intense for me to live there when I live there on my own. There's so many pros and cons to New York, but I'm not interested in moving back without being with a partner and being able to have a partner who can split that like mental load and just the, you know, it's hard work to live in New York. But it would be a bit easier with a partner, if that makes any sense. So, perfect timing. All that to say, I'm going into Westlake and I'm a little bit scared, but it's gonna be fine. Anyway, I am ready to go. Wow, okay, cool. So I'm gonna do my hair when I get back, but I'm gonna switch to my iPhone and we're gonna go to Anthropologie. And you guys, I kind of wanna go to Nordstrom to look at the Skims line for t-shirts and get an idea of my sizing, because I love my Aritzia little cropped t-shirts that I wear. I have 3, actually I have 4, and I wear them, that's all I wear basically if I'm not in my Lululemon. And I've been seeing like so much about Skims on YouTube and I've been influenced, and so I'm gonna go and maybe check it out at Nordstrom. It just depends. I think Ryan and I are going out at 7:30, and it's only 5, so if I'm just gone for like an hour, it's a little break from the computer. So anyway, let's switch to the iPhone. Real quick before I go, I need to show you guys the flowers that Ryan got for me yesterday. They are so cute. Look at this. This is like a geranium leaf, I think. Oh my gosh. So, so beautiful. I love it. It's 7 o'clock and I'm ready to go on my date with Ryan. I believe we're going to this Italian restaurant that is in Ballard that's in a really cute little house. And I went there last year for my birthday. So I'm gonna show you guys my outfit. And I'm feeling good. I just touched up my hair with the Dyson Airwrap. I'm not in love with these shoes with this dress, but it's what I have here. And these are from Madewell. I do love these shoes. I've had them since 2018, I believe, and I love them. And then this little Reformation dress I got last summer, and then I have a slip that I usually wear under it just because it's a little bit high for me, my comfort here in Seattle at least. And then I have this little pink bag. Again, I don't think it's like the cutest ever, but it's mostly about this dress, which I think is super cute. So I'm gonna switch to my iPhone and take you guys along for the date. Okay. Okay, Ryan and I just ate at this building. Is a little restaurant. How was the food, Ryan?
Very good.
Very, very. Now we're gonna go over to Salt and Straw and get some ice cream. It looks like too. Super cute street in Ballard. Look at this. So magical. This is Salt and Straw where we're gonna get ice cream. Happy Friday. I am about to head into the co-working space. I'm back in Ballard. I'm not doing a workout class today because I started my period and I just don't feel like it. But I am going on the hot tub boat tonight with Nellie, Nora, and Ryan, and it's gonna be so much fun. Nellie and Nora are getting married at the end of July, and I'm excited. It's in San Diego. I've always wanted to go to San Diego, and they're going to be moving after that. So this is like our last chance to really do this together, because we have been we've had this hot tub boat scheduled for a year, because when we originally were going to do it in September, it became all smoky in the wildfire. So actually, you know what? I think we even had it earlier, and then we moved it because someone, I don't know, probably got COVID, and then I know we had to reschedule it. Then September happened, the wildfire smoke, so we weren't able to do that. And then we rescheduled it again, and so now they're literally moving, so we have to do it tonight. And I'm excited. I'm also gonna make like a Instagram reel on it. So yeah, I am though going to go into the co-working space and get the rest of my work for the week wrapped up. I also went and met up with Ryan and had lunch at his office over on South Lake Union. And so that's what the really pretty view of Lake Union was at his office. So my camera's also blinking red, so let's go and finish up some work for the week. Okay, I am back at the apartment really quickly, getting ready to go out to the hot tub boat. I had a great productive afternoon at the co-working space. I got everything done that I need to get done, and I'm gonna take off my makeup. I'm actually gonna keep my eye makeup on, but I'm just gonna take off my face makeup using, this is the Glow Recipe cleansing balm, and I really love this stuff. It leaves your skin feeling very moisturized, so in times like these where it's like I want to run out the door and I don't necessarily want to wash my face or moisturizer, I'm just going to do it when I get home, like if I'm going to the gym for instance. This is perfect, and I believe that they are going to be making refillable options as well. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to bring some sunscreen with me. I have some from Whole Foods, and then I'll put the Kate Somerville spray on my face. So bring that with me. I got to grab towels and then our Birkenstocks, and then Nellie and Nora are going to the store actually to get drinks because I ran out of time. So I love this little bikini. It's super cute. I got it last year from And Other Stories, and it's a really cool like jacquard kind of printed looking material. It's a terry cloth. I really like it, and I like the coverage that it gives on the bum. I'm not going to show you the bottom half, but it's high-waisted and lots of coverage. I really love And Other Stories. Not everything that they have is like amazing quality, but there's definitely quite a few gems in there, and everything that I've bought from And Other Stories has lasted me years. I think it's also about the pieces you pick out. I still have actually 2 bikini tops from 2018 that I bought in New York and still wear and love them. So the stuff that I have, at least, everything has lasted really well. Okay, so let's do the Kate Somerville spray. Pop my hair into ponytail and then grab a hat, sunglasses, towels, and I'm gonna head out. Ryan is picking up Mendocino Farms for us right now. I'm gonna meet him over in SLU and then meet up with Nellie and Nora, and we are going to North Lake for the hot tub boat. So I'm gonna definitely make quite a few like little stories and content for like Instagram Reels and TikTok. But I'm also going to film for YouTube. I'm just going to switch to my iPhone because I want to pack as little as possible out actually on the hot tub boat itself. Okay, we just came into this little floating room, and you can put all your stuff in here to store it. And they give you little things for your phone. Wow! And then you can even change in here. We think that our boat is it's broken. The smoke has been going crazy all in our eyes. This one is so this eye is so swollen. Oh no. You need to spray yourself with some water. And the front is like leaking, so it's not actually been hot. This thing is, oh, no. Okay, so I haven't closed this vlog off yet because I got an allergic reaction on my eye last night after the hot tub boat. You guys, it was so bad. So I think I mentioned this in the vlog, but we got this, originally we were gonna go on the hot tub boats last summer, and then, I did talk about this, ended up getting canceled and rescheduled and the wildfire smoke, and so there's two companies, and you guys saw the one that we went on, Lake Union hot tub boats. It was so bad, and the employees were really empathetic at the end when Nellie, who is like the mom, she was talking to them, and the guy was like, yeah, unfortunately, the owner's the issue here. Usually that's how it is most of the time, right? But like, he's like, the owner knows that these boats, some of them are broken, and still chooses to have us send them out, and you guys just had a broken boat. And we're like, dang, that sucks. So the boat itself was like, it's fueled by this coal sauna type fire thingy, whatever. And like, it wasn't warming up the hot tub, so it was like very lukewarm. And then I don't know what it's called. Basically all of this ash at the last like 20 minutes of it was just pouring onto us, and I went under the water a little, not my face, but I went under, and then Nellie did too, so I only got like a clip at the very end where she has some ash on her cheek, but I was like covered in ash, but then also like the smoke was just billowing so hard, and that is because the direction we were going when we were heading back, it was just like smoke in our eyes, but it was crazy the amount of smoke. And then also the front of the boat was broken, so that's what was causing all of the smoke and the ash, because the water from the lake was like pouring onto the hot coals, and it was just so bad, you guys. It was so funny though. And then like on the sides, because the boat was broken, it's like tipping into the water, and it's like not above the water enough, so there's these two little like divots that you can put drinks and some of your stuff in, but they were just full of water, and so it was just such a waste of money. And it was so funny though, but it was such a bad experience, and so I got so much ash and smoke in my eye that I had an allergic reaction, and my eye was like really puffy, and thankfully I didn't wake up. I was so scared I was gonna wake up and this eye was gonna be like a golf ball, and then I'd have to go to the emergency room, and yeah, it was so bad. So I do not recommend horrible like experience out on the water, but it was cool how they gave you those little rooms that I showed you guys at the beginning, where you go in, you're able to change. They actually give you towels at the end, and then you can put all your belongings in this like bin that is locked up. So stuff you don't want to bring on the boat. So that was really cool. We brought out our own towels, but we wouldn't if we had known about the towel. I'm sure it was on the email they sent. They're good with communication, but just don't go because it's a waste of money. And it's like at the fault of the owner, who is being so cheap, it sounds like, and doesn't want to fix the broken boats. So that really sucks. But customer service was amazing. It's just like, can we get it together, the owner, and not cheap out and like fix the boats so that then everybody can have a good time. And it was really expensive. It was like $400 something. It was like $500, let's say. And we were originally going to split it 6 ways, and then the other couple was like not interested, but we really wanted to go because it was going to be a really fun, it was a really fun activity. So we split it, and it's not bad when it's 4 ways, it's still a lot, but like for the price of $500, no. There is another hot tub boat company out on Lake Union that they have a square boat that like is above the water. It's not like sinking in. Again, ours was broken, but they all sit lower to the water. Theirs is above, and then it has like a container on the boat that you can put your stuff, because our phones, I was just holding my phone, and like I'm not trying to complain, I'm just trying to give a review of it because I know that it's something new and like fun, and there is this TikTok going around about the competitor, which is the good one apparently to go with, or what I would recommend. I haven't been on it, but they weren't going overboard. And so like on the boat we were on, because it had these little like, I don't know what it'd be called, these little these little divots, but the water would just splash into it because the boat was broken, but also it was sitting lower. Anyway, so yeah, I just think it's like if you can split it 6 ways or 8 ways or however many on the competitor, sure, it's like a fun once like special treat to do. But like Lake Union hot tub boats, can we fix the boats so we're not giving like submersible right now? Yeah, it was so bad. It was funny, but it was also cold. It was supposed to be a hot tub boat. So anyway, can't recommend it, but we did get some really beautiful, like it was so gorgeous weather, beautiful views, whatever. But yeah, allergic reaction. I was just scared to go to the emergency room if I'm being honest. Anyway, I'm going to close off this vlog. Be sure to hit subscribe, and the Build and Bloom Photography podcast is available for you to listen and learn on your favorite platform. You can follow me over on Instagram at Jessica Whitaker. That's where I share more of my life on a day-to-day basis, but also photography tips and tricks. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.